Hi there! I hope you're doing very, very well. To all of you who don't know me, my name is Melina, short Millie, and I'm here with a voiceover today because I can't draw and talk at the same time, especially when I have to explain something. And I'm going to talk you through this illustration today, and we're going to do it together. So, yeah, let's do it. Woohoo! So for this illustration, I decided to go for smooth and thicker paper because you're going to see I always rub multiple layers of pencil in furiously. And if the paper is too thin, it's probably going to warp, it's going to have holes, and it's just going to ruin the whole illustration, which would be a shame. So try and find some heavy and smooth paper you feel comfortable working with. And if you really want to draw this very tiger, I have the stencil for this illustration available over on my Patreon page. You can simply download the file and transfer the sketch onto the paper you're going to work with. I have a tutorial on my Patreon explaining how I do that. So if you're interested, I'm going to leave a link in the description box down below. As you can see, I'm giving the lines I transferred onto the paper a little touch up because they're very fine and delicate, and after working in a few layers of colored pencils, they would probably be invisible, and I still need them. So I'm just touching them up with a light brown to dark brown pencil. It really depends, because for this illustration I'm mainly using yellow colors. Light brown is definitely enough. After making the lines of the tiger light brown, I decided to make the eyes of the tiger dark brown, as well as the stripes, because they're going to be black anyways, and I just felt like it. After taking care of the lines, I went in with the first color. It's a very light flesh color for the eyes and the nose, and I'm not working it in too much. I'm just making sure that the layer is very even so I can work it in a little bit more later. This is me trying to settle for the pencils I want to use for this illustration. I have a lot of pencils because I was sent a huge batch a while ago, but you really don't need a lot. You need a light yellow, a dark yellow, an ochre, a light brown, black for the stripes and the eyes, and a creamy white pencil to blend all of your layers in. Later on, I use this one by Canon. It's from the Luminance line, which is heavenly. It's so smooth, creamy, it's perfect for blending. If these pencils weren't so expensive, I would probably have all of the colors, but one can dream, and I will. I start by using this ochre pencil to create some depth in the area next to the tiger's nose. And while doing that, I really try to follow the round shape of the tiger's head, which will really help when you blend all of your colors in later. I try to use less pressure the further I come to the cheek area of the tiger, so I can create a smooth transition later on. And then I do the same thing under the tiger's ears. I decided to use this dark brown to intensify the area next to the tiger's nose. You don't really have to, I just liked it, and it really helps to make the cheeks of the tiger glow a little bit more. These two are the pencils I used to create the darker areas on the tiger's face. After creating the darker areas in my illustration, I just start playing around with the lighter shades of yellow. I don't really follow any rules here, I just go wild. I just do whatever I want, and you should do so as well. Just try to keep in mind not to apply too much pressure when laying down the very first layers of colored pencil, because this you will do when you blend it all in together with the cream white pencil I showed you, or whatever pencil you have on hand. It doesn't really matter as long as it's really, really bright yellow or white. Now you can see that I'm starting to apply more pressure to blend in the transitions. And you know, this is something you have to practice and learn. Apply more pressure, but don't apply too much, because we will still use the cream white pencil to make everything come together more. I don't really know how to explain it properly, you just have to do it over and over again, and don't be disheartened if it doesn't work out after trying only a few times, because, you know, I've been doing that for many, many years and I failed miserably so often. I just don't show it on Instagram or YouTube or Patreon. I don't really show you these failed pieces. I show you sketches and work in progress, but I don't show you these complete and utter failures. So keep trying, and I'm certain that you will end up doing things and illustrations you really, really love. As you can see, I already drew the tiger's stripes by going back and forth between a dark brown and a black pencil. And after that, I started blending again with either orange. I just played around. Dark yellow is perfectly fine if you don't have a lot of pencils. And yeah, this whole illustration is just a lot of going back and forth, drawing details, blending, shading, and doing it all over again. It's a little bit tricky in the beginning, but after practicing for a while, it starts to be more fun and you have more freedom to experiment and try out different techniques and blending styles. You just have to be open to it and just keep working. The last few steps of this illustration are blending, adding more details, because you know, when you blend so often, details get lost and you just have to work them in again. This makes the illustration more charming in my opinion, but that's just personal preference. And when adding details, any dark color will do, dark brown, black. Because it's a tiger, black and dark brown is just perfect. And you will get the hang of it. You will start to get a feeling for which colors you can use, which colors blend well together, which pencils you can use to blend. You just need to practice. You just need to start drawing more often and be experimental and try around more, and you just need to do it. Just do it and keep me updated. I would love to see what you ended up doing with this tutorial. Tag me on Instagram, send me a little message, send me even an email. I would love to see what you ended up doing. I'm just adding the finishing touches here. I'm adding the whiskers and I am a bit playful here. I hold the pencil in different angles to keep the line a little bit angular and make it more interesting. Just play around. And then I very spontaneously decided to use my ballpoint pen to make the black areas of the tiger's face, the stripes and the eyes a little bit more intense. And after working on this illustration for almost 20 minutes, I finally finished it. And because I failed to film this illustration for the first time, I have not one but 2 illustrations to give away to 2 of my patrons in November 2020. Don't fret if you missed it. I'm definitely going to hold more giveaways on either my Instagram or my Patreon. So if you're interested in winning one in the future, just come say hi. I would love to greet you there. And that's basically it. I really hope you enjoyed this tutorial and that it helped you. If you have any questions, just ask me, send me a message, or leave me a comment down below. Okay, see you next time. Bye.